Hey, World Changers! It's Susie, co-founder of Change Your World events, and I just wanted to come on today to do a Facebook Live with fellow world changer here, Amanda Gilmore. Now, so many people say to me, what is Change Your World about? People that have engaged with Change Your World totally get it. They know what they're getting, the conferences, the events, the coaching, all that. But I'm very aware that often, I'm promoting the event on social media and telling people about it. They see posters. They don't quite get what Change Your World is. So I thought the best way to demonstrate this was to interview somebody and speak to somebody that's engaged with the whole Change Your World process, so that she can explain to you in her own words what she has got out of Change Your World. So this is Amanda. Amanda lives in Inverness, and Amanda first got in contact with me, this was 2018,
April.
And you sent me an email. Now, I'm not going to obviously disclose anything about that email, but it's fair to say that Amanda was really struggling, and I just gave her some words of encouragement, and I encouraged her to come along to the conference, but I think that felt too much for you. So because we had a streaming package, Amanda was able to join and watch all the speakers through the streaming package. So I will hand over to you. So first of all, just give us a flavour of where you were at that time in your life.
I was really depressed, I was really anxious, I was really struggling to leave the house, and I just kind of felt like I didn't want to be here. I wouldn't have not been here, but I didn't want to be here. I was kind of just existing rather than living.
And when you say you're speaking now, you can see there's been obviously a transformation, because the fact that you're even here, you're smiling brightly, you look great. How did you even hear about Change Your World in the first place?
It was actually through Facebook. I saw somebody had put up a Facebook post about it, and I'd heard from someone else as well, and I started looking into it, and it just seemed to be, I've kind of struggled throughout my life, and I was at the point where I needed something to help me, and Change Your World seemed to be the thing that I thought would help and make a difference to me.
So was it the fact that you were obviously in a place where you were needing some kind of direction and support, and you were looking for something, but do you think you had to get to that point before you engaged with it, or was there something that sang out about the post and made you think, oh, what's this about,
Yeah. Actually, when I saw the post, I thought, oh, what's this all about? And I didn't really understand.
That's what most people do.
Yeah, and then when I looked into it, I thought, this is what I need. And at the time, I was absolutely desperate. I needed something to help. And I think in some of your videos, you always talk about change comes from either desperation or inspiration. Yeah. And at that point, I was desperate. I was desperate for help. So,
that's a good point. So at the moment we're doing 100 days of self-discovery challenge, which is something that I kind of started for my own benefit, because I've had a personal development practice for the last 11 years, but it's always good to reinforce it, and having it being consistent and daily. So I set this challenge up as a little kind of, let's just see what happens with it. And it's just completely taken off, and people are really engaging with it all around the world. And every day I just pose a thought-provoking question and ask you to reflect on that and share your reviews, which Amanda has been doing and has, massively discovering loads about herself. But the thing that the thing about inspiration and desperation is that is the absolute key to change. We get to a point where it's just like, enough, I cannot bear this situation anymore. And it might be just your health, it might be an element in your career, you might have just got so fed up with that current situation that you're just like, no, I've got to do it. got to change it. However, when it comes to inspiration, you know, we just don't have positive role models around us. Or, you know, you personally might, but I mean, I certainly didn't, and I don't think you did either. And, you know, we tend to not, unfortunately, don't have sort of inspiring bosses anymore. You know, bosses are under their own stresses and their own demands. You know, our parents are doing the absolute best that they can, but they're, you know, victim to their own conditioning and cycle and environment, and, you know, they're passing on the same traits and issues that they had, you know, being brought up, and, you know, the same limiting beliefs. So we tend to not have role models. So that was why I set up Change Your World, because, I mean, I was fortunate. I met a life coach. You know, he massively helped me to get through the darkest days of my life and absolutely transform my life. I've changed every aspect of my life now, and I wanted to pay it forward and create a platform to help other people. Now, the thing is, I don't want people to get to desperation point. I want people to engage before they reach that point, because whilst desperation is a powerful motivator to get you to change, it's not a pleasant place to be in. And if we can operate from a place where we're being inspired by role models and, you know, the speakers that I bring up to the Highlands to speak for the first time, then that's a much better place. I'm just going to say hi to Jen. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, it's Jen, yeah. So just if you just joined us, I'm here with Amanda Gilmore. So Amanda is somebody that reached out to me April last year. Yeah. So a year ago, just a year. Wow, it's a year.
I know, I can't believe it.
She was in a pretty dark place, just really struggling with depression and anxiety, low self-esteem, confidence, and yeah, you weren't thriving in your own words. You were just existing. Yeah. And she discovered Change Your World, and you came. Well, you didn't come to the conference. You watched the speakers through the streaming package. Was coming to the conference too much for you?
Yeah, I definitely felt at the time. I don't think I could have done a full day at the conference.
Yeah.
I could now.
You could now, yeah.
And I will now.
You will. You're going on the 6th of April, so which is our next conference. So in terms, so just tell us what it was like watching those speakers, and you know what was happening, what was the seeds that were being planted.
Yeah, I was watching the speakers, and I was crying as I was watching the speakers, because I just felt so awful, and everybody just seemed so nice and helpful and supportive, and I actually wish that I was at the conference. I wish I'd gone to the conference, but I felt so inspired by everyone that spoke, and I thought, you know, this is the point where I'm going to change my life, and you know, I'm going to do this. I want to have a good life, a better life.
Hi, Rebecca. Rebecca's, Rebecca and Nicholson now. Who are you, Rebecca? You're the one that came to our group. You came to our life coaching group, I think, if I've got the right Rebecca.
Okay.
It's nice to have you join us. So, yeah, you felt inspired, which is great. And so that's the aim of Change Your World. It's to bring the UK's leading experts, motivational speakers, health and wellbeing professionals, to inspire us to make changes, to inspire people to make changes, so that whatever that may be, to live life better in whatever that means for you. However, being inspired and taking action are two different things, because we all know what we need to do. We all know what areas in our life need improvement, but it's taking action. Action is the answer. So what is it that made you take that leap and go, right, okay, I'm going to take this from inspiration to actual application?
I think it was, as well as watching the conference through the live streaming, and everything that everybody said, you know, I also joined Thursday Night Life Coaching Group, as you know, and I met people there who had put, you know, these things into practice, and that was me. I was totally sold. I was, you know, so I started doing it myself, and I started seeing really quickly, I saw small differences which grew and grew and grew in all different areas of my life. You know, I knew I couldn't just turn things around, but by working in little areas at different times and simultaneously, you know, I could, I feel so different now. Yeah.
And I mean, this is one of the pleasures that I get from this job. It's not even a job, it's a complete vocation. It's just, you know, it's my passion. Because when I see people literally transform, like, first of all, you see the light bulb going off in their head, just like that possibility, oh, I can change this. I do have the power in me to make a change in this area. And then seeing them applying it, and with you, you've just blossomed. And I mean, you mentioned about coming to the group. So we run a life coaching group every Thursday. And, you know, literally, I mean, you know, it's just a really informal evening where we chat on different subjects and just go away, and it gives you sort of that consistent sort of practice every week to kind of go, right, I'm going to apply this week, I'm going to focus on this, and just becoming aware of your thoughts and your actions, because our actions, you know, if we make positive choices, we get positive results. If we get positive results, that's when our world starts to change. And equally, if you take positive negative choices or make negative choices, you get negative results. So this weekly life coaching is just reinforcement of that, and just empowering you, and just sort of saying, you know what, it's okay to value yourself and put yourself first. And you ran with it. It has to be said, you know, you literally, you were like a sponge, just taking in all this information and going, wow. It was like suddenly somebody had just given you permission to go, I can do this. So tell us about some of the things that you're doing now that, you know, would not have been possible.
I on a degree course, a creative writing degree course at UHI. We'd never been able to do that before. I couldn't have coped with it. I'm doing really well with that. I'm getting really good grades, working really hard, and it's just me. I just love it. I'm meeting new people all the time, and before I wouldn't have liked meeting new people. I couldn't do it. I feel like I'm a better mum, a better wife, you know. Even my kids, there's a difference in them, you know. It's definitely filtering down, and I feel happy. I don't think I've ever really felt properly happy before. I feel happy, and I don't need to have these these pleasures that aren't good for me to try and top myself up.
No, I mean, that's, you can see you're happy. I mean, when you first walked into the Change Your World life coaching group, you know, head was down, really shy, not really sort of, you were really nervous, and it took a lot of guts to come to the group, because I know you were really anxious. And I mean, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but in terms of how far you've come, I mean, you avoided all social situations. You wouldn't go into town for several years. You know, you hid away from these, you know, everyday tasks, really. Just going into a simple thing like going into town, because that's how anxious you were. You couldn't cope with that. So then in 1 year, just 12 months, you have literally, you've gone engaged with the process. You're doing videos every day in the self-discovery challenge. I invited Amanda on to do this morning, and she said, yeah, no problem, what time do you want me? And I was like, oh my God, if I had asked you even 6 months ago or a year ago, it's just that no way, you would have freaked out, you would have gone into hiding, and you would have never, you wouldn't have even contacted me again, because you would have been freaked out thinking, oh my God, she's going to ask me to do that video on that Facebook Live. So this is the transformation that you get, and now you're following your passion. You love writing. You're doing your creative writing degree, and you know you want to become an author. That's absolutely. So tell us your dream. Tell us the big vision.
I want to write books that are going to be published all over the world. Get my degree. I'm getting my degree, and just, you know, to keep being happy, to keep progressing with my personal development, and I feel good, and I want it to keep going like that, and I've become more adaptable to change as well. I didn't like change before, but I love it now. I embrace it.
So that's an interesting thing, because we do fear change, because change means we're unknown. It's unknown and it's uncertain, and even if something is uncomfortable, our current situation, we know it, we understand how it operates, and having to step into what I call the discomfort zone, where it's all fearful and scary and unknown, that's a big challenge. And you know, then you look at the neuroscience, where you've got, so we have 3 brains, and you know, we're supposed to operate from the executive brain, the prefrontal cortex, but most of us, or most of the time, we all operate from the limbic brain, which is all about survival. And it will do anything to feel better. It doesn't matter if that temporary action to feel better is, you know, not going to serve you in the long term. It doesn't matter. It just wants to feel safe, secure, and you know, trying to override that and stop being hijacked. You know, it takes practice, and it takes self-awareness through a personal development practice of becoming aware of what's happening in the emotions, what are the fears I'm feeling, what's coming up for me, and then going, okay, I'm safe. I can do this. I can push forward, because it's almost like with the life coaching and the speakers that we have, it's almost like they believe in you more than you believe in yourself. And having somebody that does that, can see that potential in you, it gives you that encouragement. So you're obviously attending the conference on the 6th of April. You're actually going to be there in person. So it's on the 6th of April 2019. It's at Smithton Church in the amazing, beautiful auditorium. I don't know if you've been into this venue. I'm so excited. We're going to have a range of exhibitors. We're going to have up to 8 speakers. We've got, let me see, Nick Littlehales, who's an elite sports sleep coach. He's going to be talking about how to improve your sleep and, you know, your performance, and how essentially this is, you know, getting this pillar of your health right can have a ripple effect into all areas of life. We're going to have Ian Bell, who's going to be from the Executive Fitness Foundation. He's talking about creating lifelong health and wellness, and you know, having it as a goal, like a lifestyle, rather than just, you know, little bits here and there. We've got Will Murtha, who is from, he's written a book called Dying for a Change. He's got the most incredible story. I cannot wait for you to hear his story, because it's just an incredible story. And now he's a transformational coach, helps people transform their lives. We've got Brian Main, who's the creator of the world's leading achievement system. So he's going to be doing a goal mapping exercise at the end of the day. So, you know, the whole day is going to be all about inspiration, allowing you, planting seeds for, you know, allow you to look at areas that you can start changing your life. And then Brian will bring it all together with the goal mapping to allow you to implement and say, right, okay, what's my first steps when I leave this conference? Because like I say, it's all very well coming to an event. We've all been to events before, and workshops and training days at work, and been all fired up and inspired and going, I'm going to do this. And then, of course, we get caught up in the everyday life. So in terms of, you decided, you were obviously at your desperation point, but you could, you know, you did make improvements in your life, but you could have quite easily reverted back, or you could have, you know, gone to a certain point and gone, okay, well, I'm comfortable here, I'll just stay here. What is it that has made you continue and have a consistent personal, because the consistency is the key.
The changes, just seeing the changes through being consistent, and that's what keeps me going, because I can't believe them. I can't believe that I'm doing the things that I'm doing. I can't believe that I believe in myself. It's amazing. And just like, you know, and so every day I do something every day, including the video, even if I'm reading or think, and you know, even, you know, putting it into practice, and that's the hard part. And you know, I'm always, like Alistair, the life coach, says, I'm always questioning everything that I do. You know, why am I doing this? It's just one.
So you're just being curious, and just kind of thinking, right, okay, what is it? Where's the conditioning? Where is this belief come from? And that's going to be the theme of the conference. Is going to be conditioning, and looking at, you know, where our belief systems have come from, and you know, are they in keeping with the core values, and I think in keeping with your happiness values, your joy values. So in terms of value, because I do get this a lot, people always say to me, not always, no, I get two camps, and I get camps going, wow, is that all it is? Oh, that's great, and they book up, they book up straight away. Or I get people going, oh my God, 85 quid, that's a lot of money. What's your thought? I mean, when you first saw Change Your World, you didn't know what to expect. What did you?
I thought it was really good value for money. You know, if you consider the prices for a TED Talk, and yet you're going to this event, you're getting all of these speakers. But yeah, I think it's really good value for money, and you know, I had no problem paying.
The thing is, though, you made a decision to invest in yourself. You were like, I'm going to make myself a priority.
Absolutely.
And you know, if I do say to people that, you know, question the price, and I sort of, you know, gently ask, well, what are you spending your money on that is taking you further, that is helping you to create the life that you really want to live? Because I mean, it does come down to priorities, and you know, we fritter away money all over the place, and you know, it's just it's questioning yourself. You know, am I currently happy with my life, or are there changes I want to make, and what am I currently doing that is going to help me with those changes? Now, fine, if you can do it on your own, go for it. I am all about self-empowerment. So, but if you feel that you need a little bit of inspiration, you need to learn some tools and techniques to help you enhance your life and make these improvements, then come and join us at the Change Your World conference.
And the thing is about the conference, you know, it's going to, for me, it's about having lasting happiness, and not just, you know, spending money on silly little pleasures that don't help, don't make a difference.
That's a very good point.
That's my new obsession. Pleasure versus happiness.
I know, you've been reading about the pleasure trap, and you know, this is this very thing of, you know, doing certain actions to create a temporary happiness, a temporary pleasure, rather than long-term happiness. And you know, that's certainly something that I was doing, well, even 5 years ago, and it's got to a place where I've changed every aspect of my life and created this new life for myself, a new way of thinking, a new way of behaving, and I can genuinely say I am happier and healthier than I have ever been in my entire life. So I just noticed, hey Claire, it's nice to see you. So Claire used to work at Eden Court, where I hosted my first 2 conferences. So Claire was a great help in supporting Change Your World. In fact, I met Claire, and when I had the seed of an idea for Change Your World. So bearing in mind, I remember it distinctly. I was in the garden. I'd had the idea that I wanted to put on a conference, and I thought, okay, I need to take it to the big cities. I need to take it to Glasgow. I need to take it to Edinburgh. I need to go to London, Manchester. And then I was like, no, I need to create it here in Inverness. The Highlands needs it. I mean, we've got, unfortunately, a high rate of suicide in young men. You know, we never have events like this up in the Highlands. And, you know, I was sick to death of traveling to all these different places to try and attend events. And I thought, right, no, I'm going to have it here in Inverness. And I thought, right, where am I going to host it? And I was like, okay, it's got to be at Eden Court. And I emailed Claire, and we met, and I told her my vision. And had Claire been slightly doubtful or negative, I would have crumbled, because I was just so like, this was such a massive thing for me to do. And because Claire was like, oh my God, this is amazing, I love it. And then she took me all around Eden Court. She was like, you could have this here, you could have this here, you could do this, and just gave me loads of ideas. And I was like, that's it. And I saw it, I could visualize it. And that was the seed of Change Your World. And that's how it started. So I'm so glad Claire has joined, because she was very inspirational and encouraging in making that happen. So, hey Joe. So we just to recap, I've been chatting with Amanda, who engaged with Change Your World last year. She discovered Change Your World for the first time, saw a post on Facebook, and it's fair to say she was in a pretty dark place, really not thriving,
No.
just existing,
Mm-hmm.
and literally got to a point of utter desperation of just thinking, I can't, you don't want to live your life like that anymore.
No.
And then, literally engaged with Change Your World, saw all the speakers on the streaming package, then started coming to our life coaching group. And as a result, is sitting here doing a Facebook Live, which would never have been done before. And has changed all aspects of her life, is now doing a creative writing course, is on course to being a best-selling author. You've won loads of awards. We haven't even mentioned that. So you've won lots of awards and for your writing and stuff.
Yeah, there's been, I'm in a little book that was published by the Highland Literary Salon, and I got second prize for that. And I was shortlisted for the Scottish Mental Health Arts Festival International Creative Writing Awards. So got to go to a lovely awards ceremony, which was really, really hard, but you know, I'd already started the personal development by then, so it really helped.
Yeah. So I'm just basically, I thought it was a good idea to have a chat with Amanda, because I often get people sort of saying, what is Change Your World all about? So I thought the best way to showcase what Change Your World is about is to showcase the people that are having their lives changed as a result, or are changing their world as a result. So, and I've got an abundance of stories. I mean, you know, I've got Jane, she quit her job, set up her own business. Monica, you know who you are when I'm saying this. So Monica set up her own business as a result of attending Change Your World. I just spoke to somebody on Saturday, Hannah, she told me as a result of attending Change Your World in Glasgow, she is now just signed up to do a psychotherapy degree course, because she realizes that that's the key to changing the world, getting people to understand neuroscience and psychotherapy. And you know, she signed up and she's starting in September, and she just, you know, came out and she says, thanks to you, thanks for putting on the conference. And see, when I hear things like that, I'm like, love it. It just fills me up, because that's what it's all about: empowering and inspiring people to live their dreams, create the life they really want to live, and just, you know, just thrive. Because ultimately, when we all reach our potential, when we think better, we make better choices. When we make better choices, we get better results. And that's when our world starts to change. It's really that simple. But if each and every one of us does this, it massively changes the world. So we can just change the world through personal development. That to me is so beautifully simple. And, you know, having more and more people on board doing a personal development practice and engaging with the likes of Change Your World or any personal development. Do you know what? I don't actually care who you engage with, as long as you have a personal development practice and you start looking at the areas of your life and thinking, you know what, I need to change this. Let's sort it out, mix it up, and see where we can go. So, in terms of where you think you're going to go, I mean, we asked this question actually the other day, you know, what will be your enough? What is your place of contentment or peace or joy?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like kind of on the ride now, and you know, I don't want to restrict myself to any area. You know, I want to keep avenues open, because things might pop up that I don't know about yet, and I know that's perfectly possible. You know, I never knew Change Your World was going to come along. It did. So yeah, I'm really going there. I'm enjoying my journey, and I feel really happy.
That's what it's all about. And you gave the correct answer. No, I didn't coach her on this, because the thing is, we do not know. Our power is limitless, you know, and that's the thing. When you start going to work on yourself, you just have no idea where it's going to take you. I mean, I had absolutely no concept that I would be leaving my very cushy day job, my very well-paid, cushy, secure day job, to set up my own business and be coaching others and putting on big, massive events, you know. And yeah, I mean, if somebody had said that to me 4 years ago, I would have just totally laughed. But here I am doing it. So, and who knows where the next 2, 3, 5 years will take me. That's the exciting thing. So, thanks for joining us, guys. We're going to head off now and, yeah, become a world changer. If you've enjoyed this talk and you've enjoyed hearing Amanda's story, then spread the word.
Yeah,
let everybody know about the conference.
Everyone.
Tell them about Change Your World, and yeah, help us spread the world and spread the word and change the world. So, loads of people joining. We're just saying goodbye. Oh, love you all. Take care. Bye. Okay, now I can't find it. Oh. Okay. We don't seem to have. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. We're still here. Talk amongst yourselves. There's no end live. No. Didn't check that when we first started. Okay. All right. So we're just going to have to close this down and hope for the best. So Amanda, you just keep talking. Tell them all why they need to come to Change the World conference. Honestly, on the 6th of April.
Come to the conference. It's wonderful. Everything to do with personal development is amazing. I cannot believe the changes in my life, and the value is such good value. It really, really is. I'm even taking along my son with me. You know, my children, my husband are all on board with my personal development. It's filtering down into them. It's improved my relationships. I stay away from people who aren't so good for me. I know the signs to look for, and yeah, it's just so good.
Awesome. I think I found it. I'm going to try it. But yeah, the one thing I want to pick up on you, because I did pick up on it before, saying about how your relationship, you're a better mom, and you know, you're really leading by example. Absolutely. Your kids are starting to follow suit now, and I think that is amazing when you're bringing up the next generation and you're instilling them with really powerful tools.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right, we're gonna go. Take care. Love you all. Bye. No, okay, I'm gonna close it down here. Bye.